Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, golden, I'll follow only golden, 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 golden things. Mountain laurel high fives for miles in spring. Rainbow trout and a hummingbird wing. Golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things. Gold hair, gold rings, gold leaves, gold anything, golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things.
Hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to episode 5 of the Sims 4 Horse Ranch. We're starting off very early in the morning with Sadie, Clint and Ruth. They're just eating some breakfast before they do get on with today's jobs. I've gotten Clint and Sadie to come out to the stable areas to get Hope and Sandy ready for today. As today these two are going to be going on a bit of a camping trip together and they're going to be taking the horses with them as well. They're going to be heading up to the Grand Canyon type of area in Chestnut Ridge. Clint has been wanting to take Sadie there for a while, so they're going to be heading there together and staying overnight. So they're just getting the horses ready. Looks like Ruth and also Bailey are coming out for the day too. Ruth has come over to talk to Clint. I think she's actually asking him what kind of food they'd like to take with them, as Ruth is about to go and make them some stuff so then they don't get hungry. Their plan is to roast stuff on the barbecue, but they are going to take some snacks with them as well. I think that I'm actually just going to get Ruth to make them both a sandwich to take with them, so then they have some more food just in case they do get hungry. Sadie is over here talking to Bailey. She's probably talking to her about the trip that they're going to go on today. Unfortunately, Bailey isn't going to be going with them, but she is going to be staying here with Ruth, and they're going to be getting up to some fun stuff together. Before we do leave this afternoon, we are just going to help out with some stuff around the farm. So I think Sadie is going to do some of the gardening along with Bailey. So they're going to spend some time doing that together and also picking some of the crops off too, because Ruth wants to make some nectar whilst they're away so then she can sell it very soon, as it's coming up to the end of autumn time now, and that's usually when Ruth will sell a bunch of the nectar. So she is going to also do some of that today too. It also looks like we can evolve some of these plants as well, so let's quickly do that. I'm also just going to get Sadie to look after the mini sheep and goats as well, as I feel like we haven't seen them too much throughout this series, so I'd like to make the most of them for a bit. I will say though, Sadie definitely seems to get along quite well with the mini sheep, which is really cute. Also, I can see Clint in the distance playing on his guitar. I can actually imagine that he is getting prepared for later on, because he wants to take his guitar up to where they're going to be camping and show Sadie some of his guitar songs. So I'm going to let him finish that. There's not too much time now until we do have to leave, but Sadie is going to pass the time by playing fetch with Archie. Bailey is also hanging around as well, and so is Sandy. Bailey is probably saying, "Can I have a go too, Sadie? Please, can I throw the ball for Archie?" It's now the afternoon, so we are going to get going. Sadie's just going to say to Bailey, see you tomorrow. They're just going to say goodbye. Ruth and Clint are also saying goodbye to one another. Ruth is definitely going to come over to Sadie and give her a massive hug as well, and probably just tell her to have a good time and enjoy herself. I think Ruth is also going to say to her, you're going to really love it up there and enjoy it. This is the best time of year to go. You probably won't be able to go again until the summertime. And of course, we can't forget to say goodbye to Archie. He isn't coming with us, unfortunately, but we're going to say goodbye to him as well. He's going to stay here with Ruth and Bailey. Let's get these two to head out to the stables and we can mount up Sandy and Hope. These two have also changed their saddles and that just to give them a bit more of a carry-on. As you can see, there is a few small bags on the horses' saddles, but they are both ready to go. They both have the same stuff in their inventories as well. They both have a tent and a sleeping bag and also the sandwich that Ruth did pack them. The only difference is Clint also does have his guitar and also some prairie grass to feed the horses with as well. These guys should make it to the top of the canyon by sunset, hopefully. They are going to take it quite slow there though. They are just going to ride it quite gentle and then they'll probably pick up the pace a bit later on. But also I do want to just say before I get these guys to ride off is that Sadie's horse riding skills have improved so much from what she was from the first episode to the final episode. She has improved a lot. She's definitely a lot more confident riding Hope now. This is our first sightseeing area and this is so pretty with the rainbow. Sadie is probably looking out at the view and so is Clint, and she's probably just saying, wow, this looks amazing. Clint is probably going to say to her, it's so beautiful, right? I used to come up here with Sandy so much back in the day when I was a bit younger. I don't really come up here as much anymore, but this used to be my favourite spot to come to around 10 years ago, and it is honestly so pretty. I can see why Clint wanted to take Sadie here. They are going to pick up the pace now. They're going to canter there. They're going to head over the bridge, the famous bridge in Chestnut Ridge as well. The sun has now set, but the stars are out and it looks so pretty. They want to set up camp for the night, grab some food, and probably do some stargazing actually because the sky is so pretty here. They have to get a shot of both of them going across the famous bridge, of course. I was hoping they were going to be able to go through sunset, but unfortunately they didn't make it in time, but I'm glad that they have finally arrived and are here. They've made it safe and sound. We're gonna dismount the horses though, and I think that Sadie and Clint, to be fair, are both gonna run to the bathroom. I think they are both glad to see a bathroom as they haven't been able to go for quite a few hours, and as you can see, they're both very desperate to use the bathroom right now. Sadie is going to come over and put out their sleeping bags, and Clint is going to go ahead and light the fire. They're just going to sleep next to one another. They did bring tents just in case they didn't want to sleep in sleeping bags. I think Sadie is going to call over Hope and also just scratch her neck, give her a hug and just say that she did a great job. We will get Clint to add a log to the fire and then we are going to start roasting some veggie dogs. I think Sadie is going to probably say to her grandpa, I can't believe that we made it up here. I was kind of nervous for this trip, but it's been so much fun. Thank you so much for taking me to all of the sightseeing places and it's been amazing. I never saw anything like this at home when I was in Willow Creek. I've never been anywhere as beautiful as this place, so thank you so much for taking me. I've had a great time so far. I think Clint is going to say, I'm so glad to hear that you enjoyed it. I've been wanting to take you up here for a while now. I just was waiting for the right time, and I felt like the end of autumn would be the best time to head up here. It has been a very successful trip so far, although I must say the horses are very tired. Sandy is down here and Hope is over here as well. It looks like Hope is actually hungry, so I'm gonna get Sadie to feed Hope some prairie grass, and Sandy can also have some when she wakes up as well. I think Clint is going to mention that he bought his guitar. He's going to have a go on that and show Sadie some of the songs that he has been practicing. Sadie's going to go ahead and watch, but then I think in a second they are going to have to head to sleep because it's actually getting bright up here, even though it is only 2 a.m. in the morning. It is actually getting very bright, so they're going to head to sleep very soon. One thing we do need to do though before we head to sleep is we need to feed Sandy, so Sadie is going to come over and do that. Looks like Clint has put his guitar away. I think he is going to get into his sleeping bag and head to sleep, and so is Sadie as well. They are both feeling super duper tired, so they are going to get some rest. They've had a very long day. They have left the fire on behind them. It looks like the horses are also beginning to settle down as well, which is good, but we will catch up with these guys again when they do wake up in the morning. It's currently 9 a.m. in the morning and Sadie has just woken up. I think she has been woken up by the rain because it's currently raining on them. I think she's quite surprised to see it's raining. They didn't expect rain, but I think that she is going to wake up her grandpa and just be like, Grandpa, it's raining, wake up. We need to pack everything up and get going. We're going to get soaked. I think Clint is probably a bit startled, but they woke up very late, definitely a lot later than they would wake up back at the ranch. So I think he's going to kind of say, okay, let's get going, let's head home, and we can have a big breakfast at home because they are both starting to get a bit hungry again. And I think before they leave, they are both going to quickly use the bathroom, so then they don't need to go whilst they are traveling home. And then we do need to quickly ride on home. They're going to ride on home so fast in the rain. It's starting to come down even heavier now, so they are going to get going as fast as possible. I'm going to get them both to ride on home pretty quickly. I think Sadie is just going to have one more glance behind her, but I think that she knows that she'll be back quite soon to this place. But I think right now I could just imagine she's just riding in the wind and the rain, feeling free with a big smile on her face, and I definitely think she's just having a great time. But I'm going to get these guys to ride on home and we'll meet up with them again when they're back at the ranch. We are now home. These two are taking the horses back into the stable, probably for a good needed rest for the both of them. And it also looks like Ruth is out on the porch. She's probably going to come over and greet them and ask them how their camping trip was. I think Sadie is going to say to her grandma as she gets off the horse, it was really great. I had such a good time. We did get caught in the rain though when we were coming home, but it was so much fun. I think Bailey is going to probably hear all of the commotion and going to come running outside as well. Sadie is come over to give her sister a big hug. I think Clint is also going to come over and say hello as well. Bailey's probably asking how the trip went. Bailey's also probably saying, me and Grandma made some more nectar to take to the festival this evening as well. We have a bunch of it to sell. And I think that is going to remind Sadie, and she's going to be like, oh right, the Autumn Town Festival. Clint is going to say, of course we can't forget about that. We don't have too long till that. Let's head inside and grab some food and then we're going to have to get ready. Luckily they both are well rested up. They just need a meal and also probably to take a shower as well. But Ruth has made them both some grilled cheese and tomato soup, which Clint looks very excited for. Bailey isn't too hungry at the moment, so she is just going to come and sit in here and watch some TV, I think. She's also going to do some knitting as well. Bailey is loving knitting at the moment. She loves to make loads of different hats, so she's going to carry on doing that. Sadie is all done with her food, so I think she is going to come and take a quick shower and get changed ready for this evening. As this evening, if you haven't already guessed, these guys are going to be going to the fall festival, the Chestnut Ridge Autumn Time Festival that is held every autumn time to commemorate autumn time and to end off the season, as we are coming up to the end of autumn now, so they do like to hold that every single year. And it is also going to be our final activity of the series as well, so I wanted to make it a fun one. I think Sadie is going to get changed before she does head out, but I think she is definitely going to have some downtime in her room and write in her journal for a bit, just write about her journeys to the canyon and how fun it was. So she's going to sit and do that, and this will probably also be the final time she writes in her journal in this series as well. When everything starts to wrap up and everything becomes the last time, it starts to feel very bittersweet and kind of sad. Sadie is also going to give 𝒔𝒊𝒂𝒂𝒍𝒔 a quick call because she is actually also going to be coming to the festival this evening, so I think that they are going to meet 𝒔𝒊𝒂𝒂𝒍𝒔 there. So she's just having a quick catch up with 𝒔𝒊𝒂𝒂𝒍𝒔 on the phone, and also as well after that I would like Sadie to come over here and practice some cowpoke dancing, as I think there is a dancing area there. I could be wrong, but there could be, so Sadie is going to do some practice of that. Of course, she's really been into cowpoke dancing recently. She just does it in her room for a bit of fun. It is coming up to the evening time now though, so we are going to get going very soon. Ruth is going to get everything prepared to take with them. Throughout the series, Ruth has been making some nectar and she's taking it with her to sell at the autumn festival. As I have been playing with these guys, the nectar has aged quite a lot, so hopefully we should be able to sell it for quite a bit of money. So we're going to pop all of that into Ruth's inventory, and I think as well Bailey would probably like to sell her beanies as well. She has 2 in her inventory right now. I think she does have another one somewhere as well. I thought she did anyway, so I think she's going to come over and talk to her grandma about that and just say, can I also sell my beanies at your stall as well? I feel like she's gathered a bit of a collection to sell, and I think she would like to sell them to other kids who are going to come to the festival too. And then I think that we actually have everything ready for the festival. We have everything that we need. I don't think that we need anything else. I think also we are going to bring Archie along with us to the festival too. I think he would really enjoy coming along, so we'll bring him as well. And one last thing before we get going is it's going to be cold out there, so everyone is going to wrap up. Everyone is getting changed. Bailey is in her rain boots and a cozy looking jacket and hat. Ruth and Clint have dressed up quite a lot too, as you can see. Ruth is wearing a really warm cozy jacket too, and Clint has fully dressed up in his gear. I think he is proud to show off this outfit. And as for Sadie, she has put on this jacket and her shirt, just some jeans and boots, and she's also done her hair a bit different as well. She felt like doing something different, so that is what she went for, but her outfit looks really nice. But these guys are going to get walking to the festival now, and we will meet up with them again when they do arrive. We have arrived at the autumn festival. These guys are heading on in and they are going to look around and get up to some stuff whilst they are here. Bailey has grabbed a treat but has been spooked by the bowl. Bailey is probably going to come running on over here to wanting to carve a pumpkin, so she is going to get started with that. Sadie and 𝒔𝒊𝒂𝒂𝒍𝒔 are going to sit down together over here. I think Clint is going to come over here and see how Ruth is getting on. She is working hard at the stall trying to sell the nectar this evening. I feel like this would be one of Ruth's favourite things to do at the festival. But I think Clint is going to head off and go and find some of his friends to talk to. We'll catch up with Ruth and Clint a bit later on. But we are going to be focusing on Sadie and 𝒔𝒊𝒂𝒂𝒍𝒔. They have also just declared each other best friends, which is really sweet. I think 𝒔𝒊𝒂𝒂𝒍𝒔 is going to say to Sadie, are you ready to have the best time ever? Okay, what do you want to do first? Games? I think Sadie is going to say, okay then, let's go. I'm ready to beat you because I will beat you. I don't think so. I've been here for years. I have years of experience on these games. Let's go to the horseshoe first. They're going to get heading over to the horseshoe game first. And looks like we just had a sale on the nectar as well, which is great. but I'm gonna get Malia to come over to this one and Sadie is gonna come over to this one, and whoever gets it on first will win a prize. So I'm gonna get them both to practice, and whoever does get it on first will win probably one of the stuffed animals in the back here. So let's see, how are they gonna do? They both missed the first one. I think they are gonna head to another game after this. Sadie missed again, Malia also missed again. This is their fourth go. This one could be the one, maybe. I'm gonna see how they do. Sadie missed, Malia missed as well. They're kind of laughing though and having a good time. I think Sadie is probably gonna keep saying to Malia, this one's gonna be the one, even though she keeps missing every time. I can also see that Ruth is getting a lot of sales on the nectar as well. I can see the simoleons coming in, which is great. She has 3 bottles of nectar left, so she's doing a great job. It looks like they both decided to stop now. I think they both lost the game, so no prize for the both of them. They're going to make their way over now to the darts and they're going to have a go at that, and I think Bailey is also going to come following behind them and just say, can I come, can I come? I want to come and join in this game too. So they're all going to do a bit of a lineup and they're all going to play together. Let's see how they all do at this game. It looks like Sadie just dropped it on the floor behind her. She definitely has never played darts before, but she's giving it a good go. It looks like Bailey is doing a good job though. It looks like Clint has also come over as well, along with Archie. He's probably just saying to these guys, what are you kids up to? Playing some darts, I see. He's going to also come and give it a go as well. He's probably going to say to them, let me show you how the professionals do it. He's probably had a lot of practice at this. Although their score so far is 8-4-5, so it actually looks like even though Sadie keeps dropping the ball, she is actually winning out of all of them. Looks like Malia is giving up. She's like, I don't want to look like I'm losing here, so I'm just going to not play. But as you can see, Clint is already catching them up. He's definitely a very good dart player. Sadie's kind of saying, I beat you, and I think she's going to kind of hug Malia, but it's going to be kind of more the hug where you're kind of jumping around and being silly. I think Sadie and Malia are going to leave Bailey and Clint to play darts by themselves. These two are going to take a bit of a walk together. As they walk, I think that Sadie is going to stop. She sees her grandma, so she's just going to say, how did you get on selling the nectar? And Ruth is going to say, I managed to sell all of it apart from 1 bottle, which I thought we'd take home for ourselves. I think she's going to say, so what are you and Malia up to? And Sadie's just going to say, we're just going to take a bit of a walk around, just have a look around. And I think Ruth is going to say, well, you girls have a nice time. I'm going to head back to your grandpa and Bailey now and see what them two are up to. So Sadie and Malia are going to head over here together. They've actually decided to head over once again to a swing set, just like they did at the bar. So they've come over to a bit more of a quiet area and they're just going to have some fun together. I think as they swing on the swing, they're just going to talk, and I think Sadie is going to say, I'm having so much fun here, it's so good. And Malia is like, it's one of my favourite festivals of the year. I love the autumn time. I'm kind of sad that it's going to be over soon, but we'll be going into winter, which means that it will be Winterfest and all of that fun stuff, and then eventually it's going to be a new year. And I think Sadie's going to say, that is crazy. I can't believe that I've been here for so long now and Chestnut Ridge has really become my home, you know. And I think Malia is going to say, I knew it would. I knew that this place would end up becoming for you. I think Sadie is probably going to say to Malia, do you know what though? I couldn't have done it if it wasn't for you. And obviously my grandparents as well, they have helped me out so much. But having you here with me has just been so great. And I've had so much fun spending time with you. And thank you so much for keeping me company and helping me when I've been down and helping me look after Hope and just everything. I think Malia though is going to come over and give her a hug and just be like, don't be so soppy, you're gonna make me tear up, even though she's just joking, but I think she is very grateful for Sadie for sure. And I think Malia is also gonna say, well, to many more memories together, because I think we are gonna make many more. I am also getting them both to take a quick selfie together. I think that they are gonna want to cherish this moment and keep it in the memory books for a long time. These two have been having a chat for a while now, and the sun is actually slowly beginning to come up. As you can see, the sky is changing colours. Clint, Ruth and Bailey have actually headed home and Sadie has stayed out with Malia. As you can see though, as these two have been talking, they now do have a steamy exchange. Their relationship bar has gone up quite a lot. I feel like maybe they have just been kind of flirting together, talking to one another. Maybe now their attraction between one another is kind kind of starting to show. They haven't really made any moves on one another yet, but I think I like the idea of these two actually being in a relationship. I think it is a very cute way of them to meet, and I did see a few of you guys in the comments saying that you would love to see Malia and Sadie together, and I think it's definitely growing on me now. But I think I may end the episode off on a high, and I think we will end it with them having their first kiss. I love the idea that they've been just talking for hours, and maybe they've been making plans with each other, saying that one day they're going to run a farm together and they should save up all their money, kind of planning a life with one another. And I think that is because of course they are best friends, but now they could also be potentially more. And also, if I click on Malia, she actually does want to ask Sadie to be her girlfriend. So I think these two are definitely on the same wavelength, and they are beginning to flirt with one another now. So I think I am going to make this relationship happen, and we are going to end the series off on an extremely cute note. And these two are going to kind of seal the deal. I don't think Malia is going to ask Sadie just yet, but I'm definitely going to keep that pinned. But that is super cute. I want to see where these guys' relationship go and how their lives are going to plan out in the future now. However, that is where I'm going to be wrapping up today's episode. I really hope that you did enjoy it. And that is the end of Horse Ranch. That is the last episode of the series, all wrapped up and done. I had a lot of fun with this series. I have loved the characters so much, and I'm kind of sad to see them go, but I have had a lot of fun with them. I love them all so much, and I think that I am going to develop their storyline a bit more, maybe play with them a bit off camera. But all I can say is right now, Sadie's plan is to definitely stay in Chestnut Ridge. And as Sadie has been talking to Malia as well, I'm guessing her new plan is to have a ranch of her own with Malia too. I am also going to be uploading these guys onto the gallery, so then you can play with them as well if you would like to. You can finish off their storyline, or you can just carry on playing with them as they are. All the lots that I have used throughout this series are all in the descriptions of the episode, so if you would like to download Clint and Ruth's house, for example, then that house is on the gallery. I'm not going to re-upload their house just because the house doesn't belong to me, but if you would like to play with all of the lots that I've used throughout this series and play with the Sims, you'll be able to find all of the creator IDs in the descriptions. And if you would like to download these guys, my creator ID is itswispella on the gallery. But once again, thank you all so much for watching this series. I have had a lot of fun with it, and I hope you have all enjoyed it as well. I'm so glad that the story turned out great for Sadie and also Baby too. I think they both love their life here in Chestnut Ridge, and it has ended with a very happy ending. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you did enjoy. I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you again very soon. Bye!